Welcome to Illustrated Beards, brought to you by the Fantasy Shop, best in comics and games since 1981. I am Jason.
I'm Nate.
And as you will notice, we have a third guy sitting here with us.
I have a third beard.
Third beard. This is Tony Randazzo. He is one of our regular customers. He's also a really cool guy. And
Aww.
he just recently has returned from San Diego Comicon 2013. So he's here to talk about it. And I will turn that over to him and let him fill you in.
The panels overall were a lot of fun. I think the ones that really stood out to me were the Sandman panel, Batman panel, and the X-Files comic panel. The Batman panel, Scott Snyder had a very interesting convention, I felt like, attitude-wise. I felt like he was a little bit like Rebel Without a Cause a little bit, kind of James Dean.
On top of all the other things he's got going on, he is the Batman guy right now. I think he has the right to have that kind of attitude.
I think
like, I'm the man. And you know I'm the man.
Exactly. I honestly think he's the biggest thing DC has going on for them.
He can do no wrong for them at this point.
And we're doing a disservice if we don't mention American Vampire in the Wake. Because those books have
The
been...
Wake is phenomenal.
We haven't seen any
fantastic.
American Vampire, though, in a while, other than that one shot.
Well,
He's
the
kind of
one
got
shot,
that on...
But it's coming back. They talked about the anthology at the Vertigo panel, too,
Okay.
that they're putting out.
Okay.
And Gail Simone's got something in there. There's a lot of great writers and artists that are working on that. It's going to be really cool. The Batman panel was a lot of fun because he was just all about spoilers. He had Capullo with him, too. So that guy is intense. He is a true metalhead. He's got his Black Label Society cap on.
I feel like I have a strange kinship with Greg Capullo now that you've told me these things. I can't get enough of the Black Label Society. Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
He's pretty awesome. But the Batman panel was a lot of fun. They were really all about teasing what's going on in Zero Year. It's going to be in 3 parts, 21, I think it was. The first part of Zero Year.
Yeah, no picture, just the Zero Year.
No picture, just the logo. It's going to be black and gray. And then that'll start Act 2. That'll be when he becomes Batman. So you have those covers that show him suiting up. Like 21 is him building the Batarang. 22 is putting on the gloves. 23 is... Oh, no, I think I'm getting my numbers wrong. So he'll have the suit at the end of 24. Yeah. And it'll be a completely different Batman suit than what we've seen so far. And they're not showing it ahead of time, and it's not because of corporate DC. They just really want everybody to be surprised with how awesome it looks.
The same about keeping the Joker's look for Death of the Family very secret. His face mask thing that he was doing. Mm-hmm. They kept that very hush-hush.
Exactly. The X-Files panel was a lot of fun. It was the comics panel that I went to. So Joe Harris and Chris Ryo were there. They had also announced ahead of time that Chris Carter was going to be there. But they didn't announce that Gillian Anderson and Dean Heglin were going to be there, too. Yeah. There's 2 of the stars from the TV show, so that was pretty cool. So it was cool, though, because they were talking about the likeness and the fact that it was tying into the mythology. It was it was in canon and everything.
Yeah, I mean, we've reviewed X-Files on the show. It definitely feels like right going in from the TV show and the movies into this right back into the world. You know?
It's a great book.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So far, I mean, we're 2 issues in, but I'm confident about it. So
Absolutely.
It.
So, what'd you think about the movie side of things?
I mean, a lot of that was done secondhand, just because if you're watching this and you've never been to Comic-Con, or if you've only heard about this, like I always get a lot of questions about, oh, were you there when they revealed Superman, Batman? Were you there? No, I mean, there's no way I'm going to be there. Hall H, you have to literally line up for at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Just to even have a chance to get in for the panel that you want to go see. Yeah. It is intense. Each year, you'll see the people near the buses. You'll see a line of people in their sleeping bags. They do this so they can get into Hall H. They can go see Doctor Who. They can go see 20th Century Fox, The Hunger Games, Superman, Batman, X-Men, the Avengers, all that stuff.
But I'm sure, like, some of the things like that we've seen, you know, on the internet, you know, we see the Sentinels, what they look like for X-Men Days of Futures Past.
Exactly.
Heard that they had somebody camped out next to that,
well, how they had that set up,
protest sign or something. I thought that was really cool.
How they had that set up was at the Hard Rock. They had the Sentinel head from Trask Industries set up. And they had people wearing Trask t-shirts, everything like that, handing out cards, just talking about, in commemoration of the anniversary of Oliver Trask's invention of the Sentinel, we want to commemorate this by showing off the Sentinel Mark I and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So implying that the Sentinels have already been created, all that kind of stuff. So that was really cool. Yep. They also had off-site a Game of Thrones Join the Realm exhibit. You could do 2 things there. You could stand in line to get sketched in as a character from the show and a scene from the show.
That's awesome.
But it's an artist sketching your face at least. So there's some work that's involved with it.
Sure.
But yeah, they would do that, and then the other line was to get into a Game of Thrones exhibit. So we get inside. We see the Iron Throne. There's a line where you can go sit on the Iron Throne.
I'm incredibly jealous that you sat on the Iron Throne.
I was able to sit on the Iron Throne, and it was amazing.
Aerys Targaryen wanted it to be uncomfortable, though. It was supposed to be uncomfortable.
It was very smooth.
It was very
smooth. Well, they failed him.
They failed him. But that's why he's no longer in command of the realm.
Spoilers!
Spoilers!
The Mad King died!
What? What? They also had the Funko Pop Game of Thrones figures set up in different scenes, including one of the exclusives that they were doing, which is a decapitated Ned figure. And his eyes are kind of, he's very sad looking. Looks like he's been defeated.
Well, I mean, getting your head chopped off, you could pretty much call that a defeat,
yeah.
I'd say.
And then it depends on who you ask.
Nice.
So it was pretty awesome.
So awesome. I think one of the cool things, too, a full-scale replica of the Black Flag, which I thought was really cool. The Assassin's Creed 4 is putting you in the guise of a pirate captain assassin. So it's pretty much all going to take place on the water, but they actually made a full-scale replica of the ship, which I thought was pretty cool.
But yeah, no, there was a lot of fun stuff. I think 2 tables that I hit the most. One was the Mike Mignola table, which I was very happy about. He got a lot of attention. He sold out of all of his t-shirts. I'm wearing one of them. He sold out of all of his prints. He sold out of his art book, everything like that. So that was fun. And then the Mondo table. They had a few posters there on the last day that they unleashed from some of their previous online sales. They had a few variants and a few of the Academy Awards ones, and the one that stuck out to me, we're going to come full circle here, was a Game of Thrones one by Ken Taylor.
Yeah.
It was the Three-Eyed Raven with Winterfell burning in the background.
I don't know if you can say that.
You can say it. It burns.
Yeah.
It burns. Yeah. Well, we did talk about Ned losing his head. So
right,
I think we're pretty much in
spoiler mode for Game of Thrones.
So yeah, we have to put that warning on.
A couple of things I did want to mention before we were done. You didn't get to obviously sit in on a lot of the announcements, but Avengers 2 being entitled Age of Ultron, that was kind of a cool little thing.
Yeah.
A lot of us thought that would be Thanos.
Not going to have anything to do with the miniseries recently.
Nope. Yeah.
Thank God.
Also,
there is speculation too that we were hearing about that it could be that Tony Stark is the person that creates Ultron.
That's what I would expect because we know for sure Joss Whedon said it's not going to be Hank Pym, and a lot of people are upset that it's not going to be Hank Pym because they're saying, there's about to be an Ant-Man movie. And this is the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
They've changed so many things, and every time somebody's been skeptical that I've talked to, as soon as they see it, they're like, oh, it went better than I thought. Bendis just said that he thinks this Ultron story is fantastic.
And honestly, the next logical step for Tony would be trying to find a new way to help mankind. Artificial intelligence seems like that kind of way. Guardians of the Galaxy, we got to see all the principal cast, we got to see some of the props, we got to see the costumes.
They just started filming the movie 10 days before the panel.
Yeah.
They literally flew in from London for the panel to then hop back on a plane and head straight back to London to keep shooting.
Yeah.
Like they were literally in the middle of production.
So yeah, and then we got that image, which was like a digital art image of the actual actors who are going to be playing these roles, full in their costumes and with their faces. So seeing them looking like they're going to look in the movie was really interesting to see.
We got to see what the Nova Corps is going to look like.
Yeah, the Nova Corps costume I think looks really good.
It does. I think it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some people that I've talked to that don't like the like front thing that they got going on.
It looks a little bit like Brainiac. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I can understand that.
A little bit.
Yeah. So those were some really cool announcements. I think they showed some footage for Captain America Winter Soldier.
They did. Yeah.
We should see a full trailer for that probably before.
Well, and you're not mentioning the cool thing that happened at the Marvel panel. Tom Hiddleston showed up as Loki.
Showed up in full costume as Loki.
In character as Loki.
They were talking about Thor: The Dark World, and their mics just cut out.
Yeah.
And you kind of see him react like, why is my mic not working? And then all of a sudden the lights go down, and you just hear Tom Hiddleston, humans. Yeah. And it was just like a big thing. People started freaking out. The lights come back up. There's lightning flashes, and he's in full character, in costume. Oh, it was beautiful. That was great.
Yep. Superman, Batman.
The Batman, Superman. You're putting Superman before Batman. Batman comes before Superman.
Well, I know, but
Not only is it alphabetical to put
Yeah.
Batman before Superman, but
yeah,
Batman should come before Superman. I'm
it
not
should.
gonna lie.
It should. So they announced it.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder was there at the end of the Warner Brothers panel.
Yeah.
He had Harry Lennox come out and read a quote from Dark Knight Returns, setting it up. It was the line, I'm going to do a lot of paraphrasing here, but it was the line where, at the end of this, I just want you to know who it was that beat you.
It also has made most of us speculate that the Batman Superman movie, will it be a Batman versus Superman kind of scenario?
I hope so.
There might not be a villain.
My speculation as far as Batman and Superman crossing paths, I think Batman's going to go after Superman for what happened in Metropolis.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Man of Steel, we won't spoil the ending for you. But yes, to suffice it to say, some pretty messed up things happen at the end, and a lot of people die.
Yeah, if I'm Bruce Wayne and I'm sitting in the Batcave, I'm seeing this footage coming from Metropolis of these superpowered beings punching each other through buildings falling over,
Yeah.
collapsing onto people.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing one guy fighting back and not doing anything to really remove them from that situation. And then see him revered as some type of hero, and also see him standing off against, the U.S. government, everything like that, fighting sanctions.
Looks like a bad guy.
If I'm Bruce Wayne and I'm in the Batcave, that looks like a villain.
Yeah.
That looks like someone that...
There's no other way for him to take that.
Yeah, there's no interpretation there at all for him whatsoever. I think that it's almost a little bit too presumptuous to assume that the filmmakers just really cared about having this big fight, that they're not building up the repercussions for that big fight. If this is putting together the blocks to lead to an eventual Justice League movie, a shared DC universe in cinema, just like what Marvel's done, then I'm writing stuff in that first movie that's going to branch out into other movies.
Sure, absolutely.
That's the big thing there. I mean, Marvel's done it. Who says DC can't do it?
Right, absolutely. So yeah, a lot of cool things out of San Diego. Unfortunately, we're out of time. There are a couple of cool places you can check out some more information. Bleedingcool.com is a really excellent source for comic news and a lot of Comic-Con stuff. Comics Alliance, I have found, is very good about the news from Comic-Con. So yeah, I mean, if you want more information, if you want to know a little bit more about the things we talked about, check out some of those websites. They really are good sources.
I believe are you going to be writing another article for our website?
I believe so. I need to get that ironed out, but yeah, and I'll really go in depth and kind of give more of a day-by-day breakdown of it. Sure. But yeah, I need to clear the logistics of that.
So yeah, keep your eye on our website for something like that for sure.
FantasyShopOnline.com.
Yeah, find us on Facebook too. So I want to thank Tony for joining us and talking about Comic-Con. Really awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we will see you guys next week.
And cut.
Yeah.